Ready.
All right, I wanted to continue this video and show you our finished product. The earlier video, I showed you the rails and how they were placed. But if we come in here, I will show you how we finished that. The bottom makes a good picture here. This bottom fits right in. Now, what we did to hold it in place is we used pocket screws. You could use nails, there's lots of things you could use, but those worked well for us. Each of these holes here has a screw, but in addition, the profile has the outside holding it in. So it's not just the screw holding it, it pulls up tight against this edge. So we made this, we made our cut, and then we fit our pieces to match that cut. And we got a pretty tight finish. What we did for here is we made rail, and this you could do lots of different ways. You could have a flat piece, but this worked for us. So we took a board and we cut this profile so that we have 3 strong handles. These handles are drilled through the plywood. You can't see, but they're screwed in with sufficient screws. So what we have is a very much strong enough to carry the casket and to bear the loved one. You might have to increase. There's things that I've done in the past to run something underneath if you're dealing with something heavier. One of the first caskets I made was incredibly heavy, more so than it probably needed to be. Okay, come in here close. What we have is 66 inches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements for you that you could size up. So what we have is a 22-inch wide by 66-inch long by, right now, to the bottom is 12.5, plus there's a cap. This is a little taller than it might need to be. But the part that I want to make sure you have on this video, Dusty, will you come help? Is I am going to give you will you hold it right on that corner there? I'm going to give you the inside of this rail. I'm going to give you the measurement so that you know how to make a 66 by 22. And then if you wanted to size it up, you could add inches. So the rail, the inside of that rail would be at 62.5 or 62.75. Okay, now we're going to come over here. The inside of this rail would be at 18.25. And now we're going to have to add 2. So I'm going to give you the last measurement after we fit the top on. If you come in here, I will show you what we made. We tacked on a piece that's going to hold the cover from sliding, but we put a slight bevel, 10 degree bevel on it. So the top, and we haven't tried it, you'll get to see our first time doing it. The top should settle in and have a little space and then drop down snug onto here. And then we'll give you the last measurement. Dusty, will you get the end of this? We're going to come through here. Now, if this were a casket with a viewing, which we are not going to have, you bite your finger. Okay, look at that. Pulls right in there. If this were a casket for a viewing, I would recommend that you talk with your funeral director, but I would recommend making a stand for the cover rather than hinging the cover. There's a problem with where you would put the hinge on this. You would have to have the hinges stick out, and so that wouldn't be good. But it would be not a difficult thing to make a stand so that this would prop up and sit. But that's yours to figure out if you're taking on this project. There's one more measurement to get here. And so to get that, we have 12 12 1/4 on that. Okay, so those measurements will give you what you need they'll give you what you need so that you could make this size, and then you could just add inches, whichever direction you needed to add inches. I am grateful that I started out and I was going to make everything 2 inches bigger, and then we had a slight mistake and we sized everything down a little bit. And so you might want to build something that's a couple inches bigger than you absolutely need, and then work your way. There are countless options that you could have. This on the end this is pre-finished plywood. This up here is same. You could use that. You could have tongue and groove. You could have countless options. But once you know how to make the rail, you can fill it in with whatever you have. And then the last thing we're going to do, Dusty, we're going to lift it off one more time. We're going to back away. And we have run a board with aromatic cedar through the planer, and we've gotten shavings, and so we're going to pour the shavings into the base of here, which gives us a beautiful smell, and that's going to kind of be the underlying smell. We're going to add some more, but for me this is especially meaningful. This is a piece of aromatic cedar that my son cut on his sawmill. That is the project. This is partly for me, so the next time I don't have to reinvent everything, but possibly this is for you. If you were wanting to attempt this and you had a specific question, you could, all right, I'll give out my email. I'm northwoods.jeremy@hotmail.com, and I could certainly answer a question. But it's been a meaningful experience for me. It's helped me to not think about things. And I am pleased with the project that I have for my wife. Thank you so much.